Good morning to you, Kwemi.
Good morning.
And thank you for coming in. And so, of course, we've got the news already with regards to what's happening on our own, markets. But oil price, it seems as if the crude oil market has continued to battle over supply.
Yes, it has continued because there was a report that was released yesterday by the EIA, and the report revealed that U.S. stockpiles actually increased as opposed to what analysts expected. They expected it to come down by 2.3 million barrels, but the report actually showed that U.S. stockpiles increased by 2.6 million barrels, and this has, contributed to the negative sentiment, so to speak, and we've seen a sell-off of oil future contracts. And so presently, right now, in fact, as at this morning, Brent crude is coming down to $46.81 per barrel.
Just before you came in?
Just before I came in.
Oh.
So it's going down, and Angola is already saying something about the second largest producer in Africa. It's already saying that it's going to increase its output in October from 1.77 to 1.83. So all this is going towards the direction of that oil prices are actually coming down, and the idea that oil prices are going to hit $20 is not looking so far-fetched anymore. When you look at the Canadian Western Canadian crude is already trading within the range of $20 at this moment, and this is because their crude is more difficult to refine. This is true, but still, to be trading within $20 per barrel is already, pushing us towards the direction of oil prices are probably going to get lower than $40. Getting to $20 is not looking so much of as an impossibility right now. It's actually looking quite possible.
And it also means that it's going to be less money for Nigeria, because Nigeria's benchmark is at 55. Is it 53? Yeah, $53 for the benchmark. And so, give or take, that's still for the 2015 budget, which hasn't really seen so much of an implementation just yet. But going forward, how is this going to likely affect?
I mean, well, given that Nigeria depends on oil for majority of its foreign earnings as well as government revenue, this is going to affect our FAC allocation. This is going to affect our foreign reserves. So we expect that we will see pressure within the foreign exchange market once again, although of recent the Naira has actually been appreciating. But with what's going on in the oil market, it's looking like this appreciation is not going to be for a very long time, because when you look at what's happening in the reserves, if the central bank doesn't have enough money to support, enough money in the reserves to support the demand in the foreign exchange market, this is going to affect the Naira. And when you're seeing oil prices coming down, heading towards for 6 right now, reserves is looking like the pressure at reserves is going to increase. So this is going to also affect the Naira, affect FAC allocation within the government. So
okay, so let's talk a little bit more about the agri-commodities. Now, sugar prices have continued to decline on concerns about overproduction in India. As of this morning, according to data from FDC, it's down about 0.38% to 11 cents.
Yes,
pound.
The sugar market is still, I mean, the last time I came, they increased marginally on spot demand, and I remember I gave a projection that increase is just marginal and it's going to come back down. The market is still oversupplied. India, the biggest producing region in India, it's increasing its projection for output this year. So, and then you still have Brazil, you still have Thailand. So for sugar market, it's not looking too good. For cocoa, though, cocoa has started coming back up. It has at least maintained the upward trend.
Yeah, about 1.96%.
Yeah, so it's coming back up, which is good news.
And so is palm oil. I remember the last time we had this conversation, Bosun said maybe he should go into palm oil collection, beginning to store them somewhere in his house, just in case it becomes like crude oil is right now. We're seeing it up about 0.10%.
Yeah, palm oil is coming up, but of recent, if you look at the year-to-date, so the year-to-date is around 20% decline in palm oil futures. And this is because there's been an increase in production from Malaysia and Indonesia, the 2 major producing regions in the world. So this increase is marginal, about 0.1%. So it's not anything to be excited about. Yeah, so I expect that prices will probably still come back down. It's not looking like it's going to come back up because the market is still oversupplied at this moment.
Okay, so the crude oil market is oversupplied.
Palm oil market.
Palm oil market is also oversupplied. And we're not seeing so much good news also for sugar. So what is that silver lining, if you like to call it, for the commodities market?
Well, I mean, if you look at the corn corn prices are actually going up. So I guess that's the silver lining there. When you look at the production coming from the largest grain region in the Eurozone, which is France, they've been having, you know, dry weather conditions there, and this is affecting their output. So this has led them to reduce their production for corn output for the year. So this is contributing to the increase in corn futures. So I guess that's the bright side of the commodity market. But every other thing is going down.
No. Okoyemi, I refuse to be disheartened. But thank you so much for coming on the program this morning and sharing those perspectives with us.